Welcome Josh Appelt here to the program. The Juggernaut getting ready to do battle against Sergey Kharitonov. For old school MMA fans, everyone knows who Sergey is, but the new guys don't. You've been around for a while, so I'm sure you knew Sergey before they gave you the phone call.
Yeah, I've watched Sergey since I was in high school. Yeah.
For those that don't know, he's still in the Russian Special Forces. He's a one bad dude when he's got fatigues and guns on, but it's a different story when he's inside the cage. We've all seen great guys doing great things outside the cage, and then when you get inside the cage, a totally different human being. What was your first reaction when you got the phone call, hey, we want you to fight Sergey?
I fought Bellator before, and I got the call. I just won 2 fights, and I got the call I want to go back. And they said, hey, we got Sergey. I'm like, I know that name. I'm jumping on it. I mean, you only get one shot and usually in a lifetime to leave your legacy, you know what I mean? Go out and leave your effort. And no one can judge that. So I was like, this is what I want. I want to go to the bigger show. I want to fight a tougher guy.
He's 23-5. He's obviously hasn't been very active last few years, but you've been pretty active this year. You fought back in January. You're fighting again here in May. Last year you fought twice. The year before that you fought twice. It's, 2 times a year is kind of your game. Obviously, looking at that and knowing that you just now got back to Bellator, what's your full-time job outside of your jobs outside of training to be a fighter?
I work 10 hours a day for where I live for Yuba County Public Works. I'm road foreman 3. So I work there 10 hours a day, and then it's from 6 to 4:30, and then from 5 to 9, I'm training every night. So,
holy crap! So, how you don't get much sleep then? If you have to be at work at 6, you got to be up at 5.
Usually, I get home at 9:30, shower, go to bed, done, sleep at 10, and get up at 5. And I try to get my son in with my son and my wife.
Wow! And then when you're not in training camp, do you keep that same schedule pretty much too?
Yeah, I don't train as much. It's not every day, but it's at least 3 days a week with grappling and striking and conditioning. So it's kind of like that.
Okay. So we're looking at Sergey's record right now, and he only fought one time in 15, twice in 14, once in 13, once in 12, once in 11. Like, he really hasn't been that active. But he's on a 5-fight win streak. But he hasn't fought since July of 2015. So when you guys battle up, it's going to be just about 9 months, out of action. Is ring rust a real factor, and are you going to be able to take advantage of it?
I got injured in, I think it was 2013. I completely blew out my patella tendon training at Syndicate, and I believe it's a factor. But, I was out 9 months. I was supposed to be out a year and a half, and I think I pushed it too fast. It was against Freddie Akatana. I think I pushed a fight too fast. I was just eager to get back, but I believe there's a factor there.
Yeah, for sure. I believe there is. I've had some other athletes get arguments with me that ring rust doesn't matter, but it's like anything else. Fighting is a losing skill. If you don't keep it up and keep doing it, it's gone. And so 9 months to a year off really affects how you compete.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, I guess, how he was training, but it's not fighting. When I go down to I go down to King's MMA, I've been down there a couple of times now. And Master Rafael Cordero says, we fight every Friday, so we prepare to fight in the cage. Because when I go spar down there, it's just a different atmosphere. It's like a fight. You're fighting when you're sparring, and I love it.
But you also have to be careful. You can't take too much brain damage. You can't get cut. You can't, especially when you're getting close to fight time. You can't risk getting hurt. So
yeah, your chin gets suspect, man. It gets touched a couple times. It's never the same.
So you beating Sergey, you said earlier, is going to be like there's a few times you get to make a legacy fight. This obviously is a legacy fight for you. You beat Sergey, that puts you back on the map and obviously back with Bellator. Is this a one-fight deal with Bellator, or is there a multi-fight contract?
As far as I know now, it's a one-fight deal. So I'm going to go out there and leave my mark, I wouldn't have took the fight if I didn't think I could beat him.
Right. So take me through, obviously you say that you work 10 hours a day, then do 4 hours or so of training at night. On a typical, say, Wednesday, where are you training and what are you training in? What are you trying to work on?
Wednesday is usually my boxing, mitts, and speed and conditioning. So from 5 to 6:30, it's speed and conditioning. And then from 6:30 to about 8:30, 8:45, it's boxing and mitts and movement and angles. His name's Mike Santos. He's been my boxing coach for about 4 years now. There's not a big gym up here where I live in Olliford and Yuba City, Marysville area, Yuba Sutter area. And I just met with him and we just started gelling. And he, I didn't have hands, but I first developed my hands when I first started training with Dave Huckabee. That's how I started. Was training with Huckabee in '09, and he was teaching me. And I had a different background then. I was a grappler, wrestled, since I was 6 years old. So.
And that's one of the toughest things for grapplers to learn is how to turn your hips and your shoulders when it's time to start striking, because you feel like you're falling over your feet all the time, which is not how stance work. So yeah, I get that one. Huckabee's a great guy to start with too.
Oh yeah, he brought me up. He took me through my first 5 fights, and then it was just hard going down there every day after working the schedule. So there was a team up here, and I trained here, and I also work with a guy from my Muay Thai named Thomas Fallon out of MMA Gold.
Okay. So, but those places are kind of far apart. How far are you driving every day for work or for workouts?
So when I get off work at 4:30, my schedule just changed. It was 7 to 3:30, but it's summertime, so we're working longer hours. Once I got off at 3:30, I would drive straight to El Dorado Hills, which is probably an hour and 25 minutes for me, hour and 30, and then train, and then come home at 9 o'clock at night.
Wow! And so now you don't have that much time. You get done at 4:30 because the schedule switch. How do you get the workout? Because it takes you.
Well, the switch just happened 2 weeks ago, so I've still been getting my mitt work in and all that in. I've still been working out as hard as I'm back to 248 pounds, so I'm a little light right now. So.
And how tall are you?
Depends who you ask. 5'10", 5'10", 5'11", somewhere there.
All right. Well, Josh, thanks so much for coming on here. I appreciate taking time out of your busy schedule. We'll talk again soon. Good luck with this fight. It's going to be great. Obviously, Bellator 154, May 14th in San Jose, California. Appelt versus Haratonov. It's going to be a great fight. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. And tune in, man. I'm going to put on a show.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it, but we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.